Curious about how Karaite Jews tie tzitzit? You're in the right place. This essay will guide you through the Karaite approach to this mitzvah and how it differs from rabbinic tradition, while still allowing for individual expression. In Karaite Judaism, both men and women are obligated to wear tzitzit. This comes from a straightforward reading of the Torah, particularly Numbers 15:39, which instructs all the children of Israel to wear fringes on the corners of their garments to remember and observe God's commandments. This obligation is not filtered through rabbinic interpretation, but is understood as a direct and timeless command. To fulfill this mitzvah, one only needs a four-cornered garment and the appropriate threads. The Torah mentions tying fringes to the corners, and that simple requirement is the basis for Karaite practice. White threads are used, along with a single blue thread known as Tekhelet. The presence of the blue thread serves as a visual reminder of the divine commandments and is an important symbol in Karaite tradition. When attaching the threads, there are no mandated numbers of knots or windings. The Karaite view does not see value in adding complex rituals not explicitly commanded in the text. Instead, a simple knot to secure the threads is sufficient, provided the tzitzit are firmly attached and clearly visible. This minimalist approach emphasizes the Torah's clarity and accessibility rather than layering it with human-imposed customs. Karaite tzitzit can be worn on any clothing that meets the Torah's requirement of having corners. While Rabbinic Jews typically use a talit or talit katan, Karaites may wear tzitzit on shawls, scarves, or even garments like skirts, provided they have defined corners or slits. This expands the practice into daily life rather than confining it to formal religious garments. As for the placement of the threads, particularly the blue one, Karaite sources indicate that it should be situated among or above the white threads. However, unlike rabbinic custom, there is no prescribed pattern or sequence for wrapping the threads around one another. Again, the focus is on preserving the integrity of the Torah's plain instruction rather than constructing a uniform method through tradition. Most importantly, intention kavana plays a central role. The act of tying tzitzit should be done with mindfulness and the clear purpose of fulfilling a commandment from the Torah. This inner focus gives the act its spiritual depth and meaning, regardless of how simple the physical process may be. It's also worth noting that while Karaite Jews typically avoid rabbinic interpretations, the individuals within the community who choose to adopt rabbinic or Talmudic tying methods are not condemned for doing so. If someone finds that a more structured pattern brings them spiritual enrichment or helps them internalize the mitzvah more deeply, that choice is respected. Karaite practice values the personal connection to Torah and recognizes that people may find meaning in different forms, as long as the foundation remains in the written word. In summary, the Karaite method of tying tzitzit is marked by simplicity, intentionality, and fidelity to the Torah itself. It's a personal and spiritually grounded practice that invites daily awareness of God's commandments without relying on external authority or elaborate ritual. At the same time, it makes space for individual growth and expression, so long as one's heart is turned toward the Creator.
Curiosity is a natural human trait, but are you a member of Judaism and been asked questions that felt less like curiosity and more like a challenge? From author Matt Moore comes a powerful and thoughtful response in his book, What Does the Bible Have to Say? Refuting the Christian missionaries' claims, available on Amazon.